Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Caitlin and this is where I teach you everything I know about sewing and we learn more together along the way. Today's a fun fabric haul. If you're new here, in 2022, I think in 2021 too, I did kind of a buying freeze, so I didn't buy any fabrics unless I needed them. So this is kind of my first like frivolous fabric haul, if you will. Now all these fabrics are from Destashify, and if you don't know what Destashify is, I actually have a video on what Destashify is. So I will link that below. You guys can check that out if you're interested. To sum it up, they are a secondhand fabric, pattern, yarn, notions, etc. shop, kind of like eBay, where every seller has their own, they have their own listings and you purchase through each individual seller. So first up is this brown fabric. This is a linen or cotton crinkle gauze. And this one was from Destashify herself. So you can send fabrics into her to sell. And it is a single gauze, I believe. So I got 5 yards of this and I wasn't sure if I was gonna buy it. It's pretty see-through, you know, I wasn't sure. And then I was like, well, what would I even use that for? Just because I loved it. And then there was 5 yards. I was like, that's a lot. So I could make, you know, a full jumpsuit, but as much as I love brown, I don't know if I love brown all over. It would make a really cute like boiler suit or something. It has a good nice flow and drape. Could make a nice tiered dress out of it. But I think what I settled on and why I purchased it was to make a pair of Monroe pants from Bella Sunshine Designs. I've had this pattern for a while and I just haven't had the fabric to make it. Nothing I have is that large of a cut in that type of fabric. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think it'll use about 2.5 to 3 yards. And then with the remainder, I thought I could do a fun like wrap style top to go with it. So for the 5 yards of this, it was $45 US. Then it's $20 shipping to Canada. So it was $65 US for 5 yards, which is kind of pricey, probably more than I should have spent, but I thought I would have a good little splurge for myself. Then I purchased this swim pack, I'm gonna call it. This was $20 for everything, which I think is a good deal, even when I factor in the $20 additional shipping charge. So $40 US. And what I got was 3 1-yard cuts of swim. Actually, this almost looks like more like 1 meter. And this is a lighter weight swim fabric, which I actually prefer. I think it's a little bit more pliable and it's really good for like flouncy things or frills, stuff like that. So it has these cute little mermaids all over it and starfish, crabs. So I bought all of these actually with my daughter in mind. So there's that one. She needs some new swimsuits this year. She's really lacking in that department. Then these next two I think they must be customs because they are thicker. That's my guess. Anyway, maybe they aren't, but they feel like they could be. So this one is also a directional print like the mermaids, and it's ice cream cones, which are so cute. And then this one is a nice gingham, and actually they go really well together. So you could do some sort of mix and match with that. And I think the mermaids would go with the gingham as well, or any of these really could go together. It doesn't really matter, does it? And it also came with a yard of white swim lining and 10 yards of waterproof elastic. This is like the rubber elastic. It's different than any other I've had in the past. The other ones I've had have like ribs on the elastic, and this is smooth. I don't know which is better, but now I have both to try out. And what I'm going to make with those is I'm obviously going to make my daughter some swimsuits. So I have a few kids swimsuit patterns. I have the striped swallow into the blue swimsuit, which I've made her and it turned out great. And then from Ellie and Mac, I have their Cape Cod pattern and their tropical getaway pattern. And she has specifically asked for like just a basic one-piece swimsuit. So I'm thinking I'll use the Cape Cod for that. And then obviously there's more fabric there than just for one bathing suit. So we'll see what else I end up making her. We're actually going to meet her pen pals family. We've met them before, but we're going to meet up with them in a city nearby in probably March, I'm thinking we'll go, and we're gonna stay at a hotel and do water sliding and all that. So I thought it would be fun to make them matching swimsuits, and her pen pal has a little sister, so maybe she'll get one too, we'll see. And all of that was from one seller. It was just one listing. So that's what I bought from that seller. And I purchased from a third seller. And what I purchased from this seller was this rayon French terry. It's actually quite thin. I was hoping to make a pair of sweatpants out of this, which I am still planning to do. They'll be nice and loose and flowy and breezy, so they won't be like warm sweatpants, but I think that'll be great for me because I don't love to be hot. And I'm thinking they'll be great for after my surgery. Again, if you're seeing this video, it means I made it through and hopefully things are going well. But yeah, this is a coral and white stripe fabric, and it has, you know, a decent amount of horizontal stretch and then no vertical stretch, which is another reason I'm kind of not sure if I'll make sweatpants out of it. It would make a beautiful long sleeve shirt though. Like, it's kind of that weight. Yeah, I think it would be good for that. There's 2 yards of this and it was $15 US. So I'm thinking if I do make sweatpants, it'll be the Anima pants from Paper Cut Patterns. From the same seller was this rayon jersey. This is beautiful. It's in this deep purple color, which I think will work good for me. And there's 1 yard of this and it was $8. If I can get a long sleeve shirt out of it, I will use the Anything But Basic shirt with the scoop neck. I really like that. I also considered doing the Green Style Creations because it has the V-neck. I do like a good V-neck, but I think I'm gonna go with scoop neck this time. And then if I just don't have enough for a long sleeve shirt, then I'll use the Seamwork Orlando. But it is very, very wide. So I'm thinking I should have enough for a long sleeve. And maybe, or I could do a short sleeve and a tank top. I do need some of those as well. Then I got a couple swim fabrics for myself. So this one it's a blue, it's like a deep navy, but it's really shiny, sparkly, which I wasn't expecting. So we'll see. There's a lot of this. There's 1.5 yards of this. So if I don't use it for swim, then I could also use it for a gym suit for my daughter, or really even sports bras, I guess. And then I also got this tropical swim print. There's 1.5 yards of this as well. It is I would say like mid to thicker swim fabric. And it's nice, got this nice big tropical print on it. Actually, I think I used to have a swimsuit like this, now that I think of it. And the blue lycra was $17 and the tropical print was $20 for the 1.5 yards. So 1.5 yards is a lot. Like, I don't need all that to make a swimsuit, so we'll see. I do have a lot of swim fabrics for myself right now, and I own a few different swim patterns. So I own the Oasis from Ellie & Mac. I do like that pattern. I own the Bella Sunshine Designs Bahari. I was actually a tester on that. That one would need some adjustments if I were to sew that for myself. I need to lengthen the torso. I also have the free Jace pattern from Edgewater Designs. That's just a top pattern. I think it fits me pretty good, but I gotta do some more work on that. So that's another thing. This might be good just for making like practice ones. Actually, yeah, that might end up being what happens. I also have the Striped Swallow Designs Into the Blue for ladies, and I'm really interested in making that one, probably with a solid on the bottom and then a print on the top, or vice versa. I don't know, I could probably make a few because there's a lot of options in that pattern. And then I have the Mimi G Riri swimsuit, which is very similar to the Oasis. I find that on the one piece, like the Riri or the one piece Oasis, I find that the waist is really low and then the top part comes like way down. So I don't feel like there's any support. That's more like a lounging bathing suit, which I don't do a lot of lounging. We go to the beach often and I pretty much always go swimming when we're at the beach. And then Seamwork has a few different swimsuit patterns as well that I have access to. And I have the Friday Pattern Co. Vernazza, and I have made that one and I do like it. So I think I would probably try that again. Just have to adjust it to get it to fit better, which would be perfect to use some of this fabric to do muslins and get the fitting right. So the total of those 4 fabrics was $60 plus the $20 US shipping, came to $80, but I had a coupon code of $27. So all in all, I paid $53 US for those 4 cuts of fabric, including shipping. And that's my Destashify haul this time. I'm probably not going to be purchasing fabric for a little while, so stay tuned to see what comes of these. Thanks so much for watching. If you love fabric, give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see what comes next, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bells if you want to know instantly when I post a new video. Thanks again so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.